Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Standpoint. We're still speaking with a lawyer, Mr. Evans Ufeli, and a former local government chairman of Ufeli local government in Rivers State. I know he's going to argue that he's not former, but that's where we are this moment. Thank you both gentlemen. Dr. Samuel Iwanosike, thank you both gentlemen for staying with us. Now, you were going to respond to the lawyer earlier before we went on break, Dr. Iwanosike.
That is forgiven because he's probably speaking based on information available to him. I just stated at the beginning of this show, the last judgment that came in the State High Court was given by Justice Bassan. Justice Bassan was approached by the governor's team to try to set aside, to vacate the seats of the 27 lawmakers. They on their own approached Justice Bassan. Because before now, they were just in their beer parlor and their houses, mounting that, eventually they have defected, so their seats are automatically declared vacant, without knowing that somebody needs to go to court and court needs to make a formal pronouncement. So when it dawned on them that Section 109 is saying clearly that even if you have an issue and you don't set it in action, nothing will come out of it. So in course of doing that, Justice Bassan said, before me here, I have no evidence that these men have defected to any political party. So they are still members of the House of Assembly. And all laws made by them, this is weeks after Kyo has tried to struck out that law, all laws made by them are valid for the people of Rivers State. That is why when we went to Court of Appeal that has said all parties maintain status quo, we also filed stay of execution on that Kyo's matter. It is there. That is why the Court of Appeal is saying, wait, we have had all matters, we have reserved this for judgment, we will give our judgment on it. Then, after which steps can be taken. So we are asking that on this instance now, when the House of Assembly, like everybody knows, the local government law of Rivers State is passed by Rivers State House of Assembly, and that is the law that we use to run all our activities, our day-to-day activities. In fact, it's the House of Assembly that is even our original supervisor. So when they make laws, we obey those laws. They create how we run our account. They create who hold offices and offices we appoint to, term of those people and what will form our activities. They also make sure that the bylaws we make, when we make them, we bring them for gazetting at the House of Assembly. So I don't know where local government chairman has made mistake obeying the laws made by Manchester Hule, with Justice Omotosho, and I find it worrying. Why whenever we talk about Justice Omotosho, lawyers don't want to ask, why did the governor not go to appeal that matter? Why is the governor running away from the rule of court due 24th of January? Why? Why is he deciding to choose to come to a court that has no jurisdiction? As pronounced by his Attorney General, who came and said the state high courts have no jurisdiction to talk about tenures of city House of Assembly members, deputy governor, and governor. He said so in his press conference. So, sir, please guide us properly because you went to law school. We didn't go to law school.
So, Ufeli, he has raised an issue. There is a direct judgment on the tenure elongation, which is very direct, is quashed. It cannot go on. But there is another judgment, which he says one of the prayers is that of the, it's hinged on the legitimacy of the Martins Amewule-led assembly and the laws that they have made. And that the judgment is that, all laws they have made, at that moment, maintain status quo. So does that, now override the earlier judgment of Kyo, who has said, no, this is illegal, don't go on with the tenure elongation?
No, the truth is that the judgment from Motosho came before. Okay? Now, the judgment from Joshua Motosho legitimized the State House of Assembly, okay, the current State House of Assembly, and went further to say all laws made by them are legal, to understand, which would presuppose that, including the one for elongation of the tenure, right? That's what you're asking. If you say all, you understand?
No. There's the last one made by Justice Bassam. The last one. That's the last one.
He's talking about the very recent one.
The very recent,
the most recent by Justice Bassam. The State High Court.
Yes, by the State High Court, fine.
That one is a ruling of court, not interim injunction from Kyo. An interim injunction for Wele, which have lifespan of 7 days. It's a ruling of court that is in the matter we are talking about.
Yes, it's a ruling that have a lifespan of 7 days. Okay, but even when you have a ruling that have a lifespan of 7 days, has it been vacated?
That is why we are Court of Appeal. And Court of Appeal have said all parties maintain status quo.
That's what I'm asking you. That ruling, has it been vacated? You see, because you took an oath of office. Let me ask you, the oath of office you took was for how many years?
3 years.
As a look. Now, by a fluxion of time, you have expended the 3 years. And you are still saying you are the chairman. So, yes. You see, the truth is that you came in through a democratically elected election, government, okay? People voted for you. They gave you their mandate. You took an oath of office to represent them for the next 3 years. Now you are telling them now that you have a right to extend it and stay beyond that because your state of assembly amended the law, which they have no powers to amend. So that's what we are saying.
No,
that because we are leaders. See, I'm not.
Just a minute.
I don't have any interest. I don't have any interest.
Just a minute, Dr. Wanos.
I don't have any interest.
I don't
have any interest in this whole thing. I don't have any interest in this whole thing. In fact, my only connection with Rivers State is that my mom is from Rivers State, and that's all. I don't do Rivers politics and all that. I'm not in any of the matter. But what I'm saying is that I just asked him a question now. The oath of office you took was for how many years? He said 3 years. Have you expended the 3 years? Yes. So why do you still say you are the chairman of the local government? When you have your tenure has expired, we must allow peace to reign in Rivers State.
I know you've spoken to the legality of, or the right of the House of Assembly to make that law. You have said, in fact, that law in itself of the tenure allegation is illegal.
It's illegal.
But if that is part of the prayer that the Court of Appeal will decide on, is there any legitimacy in their remaining in office?
No, you cannot preempt the Court of Appeal. You have to stick to what the last ruling on the matter.
Exactly, because one of the challenges that they are also having is interpretation of maintained status quo. And everybody is wondering what was the last decision? What is status quo?
The status quo is the last decision that they have no powers. They have no powers. The State House of Assembly have no power to elongate the tenureship of local government. That is the status quo. Because you are on appeal to tell the Court of Appeal that the court beneath erred in law. Okay? The Court of First Instance erred in law. And you have your particulars of error and all that. And you are saying that the Court of Appeal should rule otherwise. And now they say, go and maintain the status quo first. The status quo Anton Bellon. That is where you were before you came to me. That is the status quo. So there's nothing that is confusing about it.
All right. So, Dr. Wanosike, 2 issues. You have said that you took an oath. And lawyers have said, look, your oath lasts for the number of years or duration of time for which you took it, and that it cannot be extended. I want you to also react to that, because the issue here is the oath that you took and for how many years, and that the House of Assembly has no right to extend it. And then number 2, the governor has also now said that the Attorney General of the state will begin to probe local government accounts. I also want you to respond to that. So those are 2 issues.
First of all, the issue of the probe, we're not afraid of probe. Because, in fact, we want the probe to happen so that the world will know the truth of what has happened to the Jack Akati since he became governor of Rivers State. Because he's the one that gives us whatever he feels like. We know what comes in. We go to Jack meeting. We are blindfolded. We are not told anything. We are given the handout they give to us. Because of peace, we'll carry on. So let the probe come. It will help the administration that will come after us. So that all this truth and lies will be told to the public. But in answering the first question, I am saying that maintain status quo before we went to Court of Appeal was that I'm a local government chairman. And the Masamewule laws made by him, as stated by Justice Bassam, the last ruling of court, 3 weeks after Q tried to shoot down that law, they went to court unknown to them and created the opportunity. Justice Bassam has said all laws made, and these are courts of coordinate jurisdiction, state high courts, state high court. So I say all laws made by the Masamewule-led assembly are legal. And instead of saying this House of Assembly is the one that reduced this local government chairman tenure, If our tenure were not reduced for 4 years, what I'll be saying is I was elected as a local government chairman for 4 years. But they went to the House of Assembly before now, amended our laws to make it 3 years. See, a man that has the power to hire has the power to fire. The lawyers are aware. The same man that had the power to reduce our tenure from 4 years is the one that said, because the governor did not present budget, and the governor has failed in conducting local government election, we don't want vacuum and we don't want caretaker. Chairman, please do us a favor and stay in office. Let's see if the governor will have a change of heart and conduct election. Now the governor has fixed October as election. So it's good. Within this period, we will be here. We'll conduct the local government election. Everybody will hand over to the elected local government and walk away. So let the lawyer please. Theo's judgment is not the last judgment. That's the point I'm trying to make. And he has said,
and Dr. Wanosike,
the amount of such judgment, hold on, man, let me finish. The amount of such judgment that came in January, why is the governor not obeying it? Why did he leave the Federal High Court's order from the Somotosho to come and shop for interim injunctions at the state high courts? Why? If he's not the one looking for the crisis to create the crisis in the state.
Dr. Wanosike, you have said that. I want to go back to a statement you just made and get clarity. You said the man who has the power to hire also has the power to fire. I want to be sure of what that means.
Yeah, what it means by my statement is that the Rivers State House of Assembly is the one that reduced the tenures of local government in Rivers State from 4 years to 3 years. They did it. Go back to our laws. The lawyers are aware. Before 1999, it was a 4-year term for every local government chairman, just as you have for governors, just as you have for president. And that's why we are praying that the Supreme Court should reverse everything to the normal. Local government chairmen should be allowed to function 4 years at the same. In fact, they should go further to say.
But you were not hired by the local by the House of Assembly. You were hired by the people.
Yes.
It's through election and not through not through legislative business. Just a minute, and the people. Just a minute. The people hired you for 3 years, and if they say that, look, we hired you for 3 years, your time is up. Should it be the House of Assembly that would say no? We want him more. We want him for more, six months more. Shouldn't that come from the people and not the House of Assembly through elections?
Good, ma. The House of Assembly or the National Assembly are the people of Nigeria or the people of Rivers State in democracy. That's why they are called constituencies. Go and check our books. The people can speak through their legislators. And the legislators that's why we have 32 constituencies in the Rivers State House of Assembly. It is not a one-man show. It is the people, and that is why we are obeying them. Because the House of Assembly, they are the people. It is in their wisdom to say, we don't want vacuum in office. Like he mentioned, 7.1 of our constitution is clear. The only thing close to the right thing to be done now is that these people who are here already elected, enjoying the mandate of the people, do us a favor. Stay and let the governor conduct the election. Then the newly elected people will come in.
Dr. Wanosike, again, I want to come into this conversation. Again, apologies for butting in. But you have talked about, people speaking through the House of Assembly representatives. That's the power of the constituency. But we do not run a parliamentary system of government. We run a presidential system of government where people go to the elections to vote. In a parliamentary system of government, most times you will see that the president is then elected by the parliament. You assume that is the voice of the people. But in our own kind of government, it is the people themselves who speak at the ballot. And so to elect, their local government chairman, isn't that what should be happening in this particular case and not tenure allegation?
No, ma, I think you're missing it on. Listen, legislature, whether in presidential or parliamentary system, is the voice of the people. That is one. Legislature is the people.
Even in elections?
Yes. No, the elections of the legislators are done by the people. You are there to do the check and balances of the executive. You are there to make sure our voices are heard. That's why the whole town hall meetings. That is why they go to constituency visits and get the views of the people. The point I am making is that no governor can go and reduce the tenure of an elected local government chairman without going to the House of Assembly. And so if the House of Assembly has the power to say, I reduce your tenure from 4 years to 3 years, same House of Assembly also has the power to say, if there is crisis, I can increase your tenure by 3 months. I can increase it by 6 months. That's the truth. We are not interested in perpetuating ourselves in office. But we want our governor to govern us by the rule of law. Because we are not in a military regime. where the governor will sit in the comfort of his office and release an executive order asking a 3-man suspended assembly members to come and sit as assembly in the government house. And the governor will say that he allowed the assembly to float because he wants to. Is that democracy? So the point you are making is that all these crises would have been averted if the governor, hearing the ruling of Justice Omotosho on 24th of January 2024, to say, okay, from that day to that, I have more than 9 months to give notice of election and conduct election. Governor sits down in government has a right list of elected chairmen. We know. So he could have actually gotten what he wanted without creating this crisis.
So if the governor, I want to come to the lawyer as we begin to wrap, but I just want to ask you, if the governor did not obey, you have said, according to you, that the governor did not obey the ruling of Justice Omotosho, but there is also another ruling that people will say you are also not obeying. And so if you are saying the governor did not obey one, shouldn't you have also obeyed that of Kyo, just at least to allow peace reign in Rivers State?
The matter of Kyo, we have filed what they call a stay of execution in the Court of Appeal, even before Justice Massam gave the ruling he gave. So we are even standing on Justice Massam's ruling to say the Kyo's statement can't stand because Justice Massam has said, since these people are still members of the House of Assembly, all laws made by them are in the good interest of Rivers State. All laws. So they need to go to the Court of Appeal to vacate Justice Massam's ruling.
All right, let me bring the conversation to the lawyer. I mean, it's not just Rivers State. Rivers State has now become the 18th state in the federation that is running on caretaker committee. We've seen, I mean, he's mentioned that you have also mentioned those 2 states who have also, done a elongation of tenure for their local government chairman. Is there perhaps, a way, I know that there are these cases now also in court, in Supreme Court. We've seen the judgment in 2021, I think it was for Ekiti State as well, at the Supreme Court. What is the problem? Is it that there is a loophole that the governors are taking advantage of, or it's a problem of implementation? And how should this be averted?
The problem started from the Constitution, okay? Because the Constitution made the local government almost like an appendage of the executive governor by giving it a joint account in Section 162. Didn't distinct it properly. If you look at Section 7, okay? The local government is also supposed to be designated proper so that we will not be having these issues you have now. The interference of the executive in the local government is a problem we have here.
But in this case, it's both the executive and the legislature who are now interfering. So
both the legislature and the
line be
executive.
Drawn?
Yeah, because the legislature, the function, Section 4 of the Constitution is that they are to make laws for the good governance of the state. Okay? You understand? Now, in this case, like what he said now, he said that in representative government, okay, the legislature is actually the mouthpiece of the people to the extent that they will come up with bills, they will pass them, send to the president for his assent, and you have that. But when it comes to representation of the people at any level, it is the people that have the right to renew that authority. So he's saying that whoever has power to hire can fire. In this case, it is not true. It is not true because when it comes to representation at local government level, the people will do the hiring. Even his own, the legislature, the people also hires and they can recall them, can fire them too. It's just that democracy at state level, the legislature at state level is almost dead. The parliament, that's legislature at state level, they are as weak as the state governor have made the local government weak. Because most times, how many times have you seen the legislature sit in a state to impeach a governor or make an attempt to take a governor down where he's found of gross misconduct? It was only in 1999, 2000, the early days of our Fourth Republic. Today, you don't see any of that. Now, that of the local government is even worse because by virtue of the fusion, they made the local government look at what the current governor of Rivers State is doing. There's an order that you should go and conduct election. You left that, stayed back, went to do other things. Now You are bringing a caretaker committee, having lost time. So the truth is that we should all wrap up this to the extent that the Court of Appeal will make further clarification on the case under reference.
And I just want to give about 30, because we have just a minute left, I want to give 30 seconds to Dr. Wanosike. What next for you and the other local government chairmen as you await the ruling of the Court of Appeal?
Taking a step that we consider that a saving grace, because by now we don't know how many people would have still been on the surface earth, based on what the governor and his chief of staff and those with him have been doing with the resources of our state, attacking local government chairmen, chasing them out of office, shooting at people and all the rest.
Again, I would like you to refrain from weighty allegations and speculations against any individual.
We have evidence to show. And so
until we see those evidence, we will not allow you to
your reporters have them. Your reporters on ground, they have them. It's on social media, it's online, they have them. We have evidence. A policeman is dead. A policeman is dead, and a vigilante chairman is dead. So we have evidence. These are not things you can sweep under the carpet. When the chief of staff moves from one local government to over 13 to 12 12 to 13 local government, it's a serious matter.
We do have to leave it there. I said I have a minute.
We will wait for the Court of Appeal to settle this matter. If we proceed to Supreme Court, we proceed. Whichever party. For us, law abiding, we will obey the IG and the CP. We will wait for that matter to be resolved at the Court of Appeal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me just say that what our reporter has is the events of what happened that day and not evidence against anyone. But thank you so much for your time. We're also following through with this development to see how it plays out, especially the judgment of the Court of Appeal. Thank you for your time, former local government chairman of Ikwere Local Government, Rivers State.
Chairman, not former, chairman of
we'll wait for the Court of Appeal.
Chairman of Ikwere Local Government. Thank you.
Dr. Samuel Wanosike and also lawyer Evans Ufeli. Thank you so much for your time as always.
You're welcome.